in the world of boxing?
I think you know, don't you? I mean, you've been around these parts. East Coast heavyweight, 21 wins, 20 knockouts. 21 wins, 21 knockouts. Decent. I'd say world level, fringe world level guy. Probably the kind of fight that AJ needs, coming back from his injuries and coming back from what happened to him after the Jake Paul fight. Dangerous because he's got nothing to lose and he can punch, but shouldn't be good enough to trouble AJ if he's still the fighter that he has been for the large part of his career.
What happens if he does lose AJ?
Well,
there rematch clause in the contract?
Yes, but it would be an absolute disaster. I mean, it would derail the Tyson Fury fight. It would be a huge upset, and it would be an absolute disaster. So let's not think about that.
Dave Miller, Sports Talk Philadelphia. Eddie, you mentioned before about developing fighters with their hometowns. Now that Jaron Ennis has won the belts, do you feel like the city of Philadelphia is ready to host a major title fight? And what do you think of the overall atmosphere here?
Yeah, I mean, tonight, when you get groups of supporters, and I'm not saying we had as many from Philadelphia as there was from Puerto Rico in here tonight, but we had a lot from Philly. And you know that when we first signed Boots, we went to the arena and we did 15,000 for the Abanesian fight. It was unbelievable. And then we did 10 or 11 for Karen Chadazian, which was a rematch no one wanted. And then we went to Atlantic City to fight Stanionis. We did like 11,000 at Boardwalk, which hadn't been done for decades. And then Lima, which the fight my man liked here, again 10,000 in Philly. But that kind of profile and that kind of performance means we can go back and probably do 20. And I really want to probably bring the next fight back to Philadelphia, whoever it is, to be honest with you, because don't forget as well, it's, I mean, it's not common knowledge, but Xander has a rematch clause, right? So I believe he'll probably move to 160, but he said in the ring tonight, so I didn't struggle at the weight, I felt pretty good. And he might look back and maybe he looks at the third round and says, no, he's got the right to exercise it, but at the same time he took a lot of punishment. And I think Boots will be much better next time, to be honest with you, because as much experience as he has in terms of fights, that was his first real moment in the madness, and he'll learn a lot from that tonight. He's only just turned 29.
Eddie JJ Saul,
sorry.
Bucket Podcast. Hey, 2 weeks ago we spent the fight week hearing you saying, hey, y'all haven't seen anything from Bam, and we heard a similar message for Jaron Ennis all week. We keep seeing explosive results after explosive results. Talk a little bit about what the American fight fans have to look forward to if you can get these guys to their full potential.
Well, I think both of the guys, I think they're very similar in the way that they approach their fights. So, for example, Bam goes in the other week against Vargas, and with all due respect to Vargas and to Xander, they have no respect for him, really. They walk them down from the opening bell, stand in the pocket and just beat them up. But the result of that is really entertaining fights and probably take a little bit more punishment than the coaches would like. And Bam was the same, wasn't it? I mean, he got hit a lot in that fight, but he chose to get hit a lot in that fight so he wouldn't give you a 12-round decision, so that he'd wear him down and he'd stop him. So when you look at that pound for pound list, who are the guys that come out and fight like that? Who are the guys that make the casual fans go, what a sport, this is thrilling? And that's Bam, and that's Boots. I think that's Benavidez as well, not my fighter, but again, really exciting fight to watch. And for me, I know that's what the casuals want to watch. Now, we're all fight fans, hardcore fight fans. We love Devin and we love Shakur, but that's just different. What you see in there tonight. I know the purists will go, oh, he got buzzed and he got hit too much. Yes, I know, but what you're seeing is thrilling.
Thank you.
Yes, Eddie, Usyk gave up all his titles. He says he's just going to have one more fight. Before what would be the real reason? Is he slipping, you think? Or,
No, I think
accomplished everything?
he's earned the right to do whatever he wants. So he's going to fight Wilder next, I believe. And that's just the fight that he wants to take. He'll just go to all bidders and he'll say, where's the most amount of money I can get for that fight? And that'll be him done. You know, I think maybe he's realising, does he want to be put under pressure of an order of a fight, a 28-day negotiation, and then a purse bid, and then you have to take part in the fight in the next 90 days? Does he want to go to Germany and fight Kabiel? You know, is he slipping? I don't know, but you know, I think he's earned the right to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, just a quick follow-up. Bam with is that something the shooting was in February?
So yeah,
From what his promoter is saying, or his advisor, from what I read, what's happening with that?
so we had a meeting tonight with Robert Garcia and Bam. We've had no approach about the Inoue fight at all. So at the moment it's just hearsay. You know, Turki Al-Sheikh has mentioned it to me before. But right now we're planning a defence for Bam in November, December. Sorry, a unification for Bam in November, December. Unless we hear from those guys and they really want to do it, and Bam's ready to move forward with that fight. I think he wouldn't necessarily wait till February. I think if the fight did take place in February, I think he'd bring the next fight forward a little bit and maybe fight Chispa Medina in September or early October. But Bam's ready to fight Inoue, 100%. Like he has no fear in that fight. We believe we win. Robert would prefer one more fight at 118 pounds before he moves to 122, but very, very comfortable to take that fight if the right offer comes along, but no conversation yet or offer yet about that fight.
Eddie, what's the update with the summit with Dana White and Turki Al-Sheikh and trying to resolve what's going on with Fury and Joshua?
I don't think it's just about Fury and Joshua, to be honest with you. I think it's like, you know, I mean, Turki's, you know, he does often contradict himself in the sense of he loves, excuse my language, he loves the fuckery, right? He loves me and Dana. He loves Frank and Ben Shalot. Like he loves that world. Yet then he says, guys, come on, because he wants to do things that friction is stopping from happening. So then he wants to bring everybody together. It's very difficult because I don't really want to do that, if I'm honest, but we're partners with him, and you know, I'm not going to say, no, I'm not coming, I'm not going to listen. We'll listen, but I'm not really interested in standing in a room and everyone putting their hands in the middle and going, yeah, here we are, we're at peace, we're moving forward. Because then when you leave the room, everybody starts again anyway. It's like a real life war negotiation, and you see what happens. So I'm enjoying it, to be honest with you. Like I've not, you know, I really feel like tonight was so important for us on so many different levels, not just for us, but for boxing and for the real boxing, because what they're trying to do is take away the identity of the sport. So we need to fight back, but we do it with a great product. And if, again, like I said, if you were in the arena tonight or you were watching at home, you were mesmerised by the product and the greatness of the sport. So there's nothing wrong with the sport. Like that, when you see fights like that, there's nothing wrong with the sport. So I'll listen, but you know, and regarding Fury against Joshua, the contract is very clear on so many different levels, and the only way things can change in the contract is with Anthony Joshua and myself agreeing to change that. So if we want to start again and renegotiate the contract, we'll have those conversations with Turki Al-Sheikh. But it'll be a lot easier just to carry on, do the fight in the UK where it should be. But first of all, we've got to win on July 25th. So we kind of, I don't want to be arrogant enough to say we hold all the aces, but we've got the contract that we wanted and we negotiated, and we don't really want to change anything in that contract. But let's have a chat and see where we get to.
When and where is it?
What?
When and where is the summit?
Supposed to be next week, but you know, we'll see. After that, I'm a bit pumped at the moment. So at the moment, I think, fuck off, I'm not going. to be honest with you. Honestly, that's how I feel. But maybe tomorrow I'll go, oh, I'll see you there.